Hey, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you. Well, it looks like I got a mess on my hands here today. But what I did, I'm going to do a forest scene. This is acrylic. And it's already dry. I put this on here last night. And it gives me a head start on my painting because I've already got my trees laid out. I got some color down, which is really beneficial when you oil paint. And then we're going to do an oil painting today. So if you're ready to get started, let's go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I got a picture that I'm looking at today. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna darken this top area because I know without even looking that that's dark, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and I got a little brown left on my brush from my last painting, but I know nobody will ever see that. I'm going to go ahead and darken some of this top area. I'm using Prussian blue, just a variety of colors. Prussian blue, I'll probably grab some green here in a minute. But this definitely needs to be dark. Even the top of the trees, you won't be able to see this far back in the woods. I tell you what, I did a painting a minute. I guess this is my second one today. Man, I had a heck of a time with it. It was a mountain painting. I could not figure, and I don't use a photo or nothing for mountain paintings. And man, when your imagination just all of a sudden quits on you, you have a heck of a time. And I could not think of, I had painter's block, I guess you could call it. Like writers get writer's block. I had painter's block, man. I just could not think of anything to put. I got the mountains down, they look nice. And after that, I was just stumped. I had to take a break and think. Still nothing worked very well. Yeah, it happens. Especially if you don't have a picture. That's what I always say, always have a picture to look at. I mean, it really helps, really. I'm not just saying that. I mean, everybody does. Like the Mona Lisa. I mean, there was someone sitting there, supposedly. He didn't just pop that off the top of his head. You always got to have something to look at. Let me get these trees. Let me come down just a little bit more in this area, and then I'll go on to something else, so I don't bore you to death. Stand back, see what I got. All right, I'm gonna work on my road here a little bit. Like I said, I'm just at the beginning stages of this painting, and these forest paintings tend to take a little bit longer than a lot of other kind of paintings because they're monotonous. See, I got all these trees you got to do and stuff. They look good, and I like doing them, but they take a little longer. And what I really want to do today is I want to put a ton of flowers. This is spring. This is 2020 spring. It's almost May. All over. Maybe red flowers just everywhere. All in the forest, everywhere. Make this kind of a spring painting, so to speak. Because it's rainy outside today and I want some sunshine. I'm going to make a happy painting. At least that's what we're going to try to do today. Make us a happy painting. But I'm just working on my road a little bit now. This ain't a road, this is just a little path. Little walking path. There's a little bench. Like a park. Just like a park. Matter of fact, we're going to say it is a park. Since there's a bench. And we're going to make this path a little darker as it gets closer. Putting this acrylic down really helps save time. Really helps save some time. Because when you put oil over oil, man, it gets real sloppy and wet. And this acrylic gives me an advantage because I've already got one coat of paint down. I know where everything is. and it just seems to help. That's why I do it. I don't do a lot of acrylic paintings, but I'm going to do a few because people like them. I have no problem with them. I just do more oil paintings than anything else. But I don't mind doing acrylics. People like to see acrylic paintings, and I like to give people what they want to see. If that's what you want, that's what we'll do. I don't know when I'll do one. I'll do one coming up soon. Put a little ochre in this. A little too dark. Don't want too dark. And a little more ochre, just so you can see where the path is. I hope this painting turns out well. I'm going to start on the flowers, I believe, next. I'm going to save the trees for last, because I'm going to wind up getting stuff on the trees. There's no point in doing it. And I think that's what I'm going to start on right now. I wanted to go ahead and show you what I'm doing. I got to put grass down first before I put the red flowers on. But I'm just going around all these trees, and I'm going in between them. And this is why I'm saving the trees for last, because I'm getting stuff on the trees, and that's okay. But I got to put the grass down first, and I just wanted to show you what I was doing before I jump into the red flowers. They're just little small red flowers. They're not great big ones or nothing. But in the picture that I have, they're everywhere, and it looks really nice. That's a really nice picture. If I could make my painting look like the picture, I would call it a success. If I can do that. We're going to have to wait and see on that part. But this is all I'm doing right now, and I just wanted to show you this. Got to put the grass down first. All right, I have started putting down my red flowers. I got some darker ones. This is alizarin crimson, the darker ones, for shadows and shade. And I got cad red light, which is a very, you can see how bright it is, very bright red. And I am starting to put some of these flowers down in here. Like I said, the whole thing is just red flowers. Very beautiful picture. Good springtime picture. And I'm just using a fan brush. Just hitting and missing where I think things need to be. And the sunlight is coming down this direction today, as you can tell by the shadows and the shade. And I think I'll start right here. So far, I think it looks okay. I've not done this type of painting before where I put so many flowers in the forest. Probably a lot of people haven't. But this is what I'm doing, and this is how I'm doing it. I'm just lightly touching. Remember, I just put this grass down. And so far, the grass seems to not be interfering too much with the collar, which is a real good thing. But this is a wonderful springtime picture. I really didn't know how this would look, but I think it looks fine. I think it looks fine. You know, you got to try things. I mean, you don't know how something's going to look until you try it. If I tried it and I didn't like it, I would just leave it grass. But I think I like it. I think I'm going to leave the red flowers. I'm going to do this bench last also, because you can see I'm getting paint all over it. And I knew it would. So it's not a surprise. No surprises there. let's go ahead and finish this corner. Finish up our corner. This cad red light, I really like that color. There's certain colors I really like. This is one of them. I mean, man, it's just as bright as the day is long. It is bright, bright, bright. And some things like this, you need a real bright color. I like bright colors anyway. I need to do more paintings with bright colors. A lot of my paintings are kind of have a lot of yellow, a lot of green. And yellow's a bright color, but I mean, you know, grassy looking. Yellow and green in the grass. Or trees, they have a lot of green and yellow in them. I need to start using more red. Brighter colors. Make you happy. Bright colors will make you happy, won't they? All right, I think I'm going to go over a few spots here and there, but so far I like it. All right. It's time to start working on some of these trees right here. I want to work on the trees before I put any more leaves on here. And let's get started working on them. I'm going to probably take some brown. These trees all they've had is acrylic. They haven't had anything else on them. Let's start right here. I'm going to have to go over each and every one of these, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Gotta get them the way you want them. There's one. Yeah, brown and ochre seems to be a pretty good combination at the moment. Let's see how this one does. I'm going to kind of spin my brush as I'm coming down so I can get more paint down here on the canvas. I'll probably put a little highlight on the right side of these ones in the back. These ones in the front definitely get a good highlight. But these trees definitely need to be gone over, that's for sure. They've been neglected this whole painting. And we don't want to do that. Make them jealous. Trees need a turn too, don't they? This is going to take me a little while. But that's okay as long as the painting turns out good. It's well worth it. As long as the painting turns out. Let me do a few more and then I'll cut the camera off and show you and come back a little bit later. I know you don't want to watch me do this whole thing. This is gonna take a while. Let's see, let's jump back here. Yeah, they're looking better. Okay. All right. I've been working on my trees. I want to put some more texture on these trees. And then I'll work on the leaves, do my bench, and we'll be getting close. I just want to put a little texture, or give the appearance of texture on some of these trees. They're kind of flat looking. And just by taking your brush, and I'm kind of just twisting it and rolling it as I'm going along. I'm actually using pure white, especially on this particular side, because the sun should be coming down this way. Kind of gives it a appearance of some type of texture. And that's really what we want. We just want the appearance. We all know it isn't real texture, but we just want it to look like it. See, so it makes it look a lot better when you can put a little texture in it. I hope you can see that. Let's see, we make it a little brighter maybe. Trying to stand back and take a look. I wonder what would happen if I would take a little brown. Man, that won't look too bad. Take a little brown, smudge it in here and there. Let's see here. This tree here is pretty big. Take a little white. Kind of rub it in a little bit. Yeah, make it look a little more realistic. Let's see here. Let me see what I can do with this one. I always have a reflection coming. I got a big light right here beside me. You can't see it. Boy, that thing puts off a reflection. Big time. Yeah, let's see here. I think it's making a difference. Looks to me like it is. These trees are just kind of flat looking. All right. All right. Looks like we're about ready to wrap it up. I got my trees about the way I want them. I'm just working on my bench. I just want to make this white a little brighter right here. Kind of got to brace my arm here. Get my palette. You know, you get a little shaky as you get older. I gotta. Sometimes I gotta hang on. I'll set my palette down right there. I just want to get this a little bit wider. This paint is really wet. It's hard to get to stick. I don't really want to thin it down. That don't look too bad. Let me get me a smaller, small brush, little detail brush. This is a number 2. I want to make this highlight here on these railings a little brighter, if I can. Like I said, boy, when your paint gets this wet, it's tough. Give it one more shot. I think that's going to work. All right. Well, looks like we're finished. I think it turned out well. I like it. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more future videos, and I really appreciate you watching. Thanks.